guys, welcome back to another episode of R&D Garage. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. And also everybody who's been there since the beginning. Thank you guys so much for continuing on with me with my car journey. So today we're doing an update on all the vehicles in the R&D arsenal. I want to give you guys kind of an update on where we're going with each one, what's going to happen next, what parts we're expecting, and just kind of basically give you guys a general idea of where we're headed. So I hope you enjoy this little video and stay tuned for what's next. Class is in session. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's start with Grandpa Truck. So you guys remember he's a 1969 F-250 Camper Special. He's got a 360 in him, and up until now he's run great. We've done videos where obviously the brakes are working great now. Got my magnetic tool. The power steering is awesome. Everything's running great, except now the manifold is having some issues. So you can see she's leaking really, really bad, or I guess Grandpa Truck, it's a boy. So he's leaking really, really bad up here. He's puking oil in the back, like it's not okay. And he's also got a cracked manifold, if you guys can see right down here. So you got that. Perfect. And so with that, oh no, I lost my, okay, I'm just gonna let it point there for a second. Okay, there's always something going on here, but I'm not gonna fall today. So that's basically what needs to be done. We're also, at some point along the many years that this truck was in my family, it started off with having a 2-barrel carb, and then I believe my uncle or somebody else put a 4-barrel carb on it years ago. But it's not running as well either. It's been rebuilt a couple of times. It's time for a new one. So we're gonna be throwing a new 4-barrel carb on that. Obviously a new manifold, and yeah, basically that's where we're going next with Grandpa. So I'm super excited. It's gonna be car show season if we have a car show season, which we love to take our Grandpa Truck to. So that's basically the plan on getting him back up and running and back on the road, hitting the circuit. One more thing about Grandpa that needs to be replaced. So obviously we're keeping the same rims. These are original rims, not gonna get rid of them. The problem is the tires. They are supposed to be in a 16.5-inch size. And well, the rim is 16.5 inches. So to find a tire is close to impossible. There's one manufacturer that makes them, special order, super duper expensive, but it's kind of getting to the point where these are getting a little bit cracked because we don't drive him all that much, and it's not safe. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hang our heads, buy the expensive tires, and get them going again. Okay, so the Mini. Frankly, at this point, I'm kind of tired of dealing with her. We're getting tired of her as a whole. I know that sounds terrible. Who would get tired of a VTEC Mini? But I feel like I've kind of reached the end of my rope with her. And so at this point, we're going to button her up again, make her drivable, enough to send her down to SoCal so that hopefully the shop down there can shake all the bugs out of her so that we can actually enjoy her and drive her. Because this whole, you know, keeping the side of the warehouse floor standing just isn't working for me. So that's where we're going with the Mini. And now the Mustang Fastback, 1967. So, okay, it's running, it's drivable, but there are a few more things we have to go through before we actually slick her down with another coat of paint or repaint. So you'll notice the steering wheel is basically loose and there's like stuff missing from it, like the horn, you know, all that kind of stuff. This is basically just a kind of in the meantime steering wheel, so we'll be swapping this guy out. The carpet kit just went in, so super excited about that. When you're doing a carpet kit, we actually did this, I want to say a few months ago, and it's kind of important to let it just sit there and kind of grow old for a little bit. That way it molds even further to the floorboards and just kind of gives that nice look to it, you know, that nice kind of smooth, yes, it's brand new carpet, but it also looks like it's been there for years kind of thing. We also need pedal pads for the pedals. We need basically all to redo kind of the front dash. It's looking a little shabby, but overall, I don't really see any issues with getting this ready for summer. And so as soon as Blueberry has her tranny parts back together and she's drivable, we're basically going to be doing this girl next, and I'm super excited because I'd actually love her to be in the Peggy Sue Car Show this year. It would be amazing. So before I go into my spiel about Blueberry, Dee had asked me the question, okay, we're gonna put you on a step stool underneath her. Are you comfortable with that? And I said, oh yeah, perfectly. It's not like I'm holding a torque wrench. Okay, so you guys remember with Blueberry, her oil pan was crushed. Well, taking it off, it turns out the pickup was crushed as well. So we got rid of the old oil pan. We have one on order from Acura on the way, just a nice stock OEM oil pan. The tranny parts are here, getting ready to put those back together. Then once she's drivable, I'm gonna put her to the side for a bit just because race season is coming up very, very fast. Gotta prep the hatchie. And I know you guys are probably sick and tired of watching Blueberry videos. Not all of you, I see you, Carlos. But just the majority, I know you guys love the FJ so much and you wanna see the rest of the cars too. So we're gonna put her on hiatus after we finish the tranny. Super excited. Hey guys, meet our Honda ATC 250R. Does she run? Of course not. This is R&D Garage. But, okay, we are going to put her back together. Her engine seized up years ago, one of the last times she was out on the dunes. Dee's dad actually bought this brand new back in 1982, and Dee used to ride it as a young punk. And he had a lot of fun with it, got a couple scars in his eyebrow from it, still wanted to ride it. And so we decided we're going to bring this one back to life. I'm going to show you what happened to the engine right after this, so you guys kind of have a clear view of what went on. But I'm kind of super excited to get back on this thing. I've never actually gone to the dunes to ride ATCs. We had a couple Honda Odysseys back in the day, and those were so much fun. But you know, they had a roll cage and I felt super safe. This, I don't know if it's as safe, but I still have a feeling we're gonna have a real good time on it. So that'll definitely be next. And as long as we're, well, not really on the subject, but I know, I'm sorry, I left my phone on. But we kind of are getting into a little art installation here. It's kind of a sneak peek of what's to come. K20, perhaps? I don't know, we'll see. Okay guys, so something a little different for R&D. You guys have seen the 250R, the little Honda ATC, in the corner of our videos for a couple years now, and for a couple years it hasn't moved. Well, do you notice something missing between the head and the rest of the engine? What was so super common back then was these would get ridden a lot, it would overheat, it would seize, and then you're pretty much stuck. So what we're going to do is finally bring it back to life, do a complete rebuild, and go have fun on the ATC. So guys, the FJ. Okay, super excited. I'm about to take her on a long distance trip, pretty much the longest we've ever taken her before, on a trip to Moab. And she's only fire road ready right now. She's not exactly trail ready. And so we're about to do a bunch of different mods on her. Could be bumpers, could be more lights, could be different suspension. I know what's gonna happen, but you guys don't, but I'm super excited for you to find out. Okay, now this is specifically, well, I mean, it's for everybody, but it's also specifically for a certain Randy K who loves tool reviews and my toolbox. So, you know, when you start on new jobs, never done them before, what do you usually have to get for them? New tools! Yay! Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and review them right now, but this is definitely on the way and they'll be posted within a month, I promise you. Well guys, thanks for tuning in for another episode of R&D Garage. I hope you enjoyed this little catch up on where all our vehicles are. Obviously we're in the position of too many cars, not enough time, parts aren't coming fast enough, which I'm sure is kind of the case for a lot of you out there as well. But as soon as the parts come rolling in, we're gonna get started on all these cool projects, and I hope you'll stick with me as we get these cars back on the road. So as always, thank you so much for watching R&D Garage. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. You guys are awesome. Have a great rest of your week.